back. Finally, after a quick hiatus of about a week and a half. Finally back on that content. Uh, and we are coming. I'm coming to you here today with the controversial video that I promised about 2 or 3 times during that mock draft video from a week and a half ago about none other than Mr. Carson Wentz. As I'm sure you've already read on the screen in front of you, here we are with 11 reasons why Carson Wentz is underrated and not overrated. About to make a few many points in this. Please feel free to go off in the comments about how stupid I am, how much of an idiot I am, and how much of an absolute imbecile and disgrace and overall how I should just quit and never do this again, because this is the worst take you've ever had in your life. I've made this take before on my Instagram stories in the past, and today I've decided to double down on it. So we are going to double down on it. And hopefully Carson Wentz doesn't make me look like an idiot in a year's time. So here we are. 11 reasons why Carson Wentz is underrated and not overrated, in my opinion. Number 1, and this is the big one to understanding where my argument comes from and why I'm even making this argument in the first place. And the biggest reason is we have to set a reasonable standard here. We have to set a reasonable standard. Of course, Carson Wentz is not Patrick Mahomes. But unfortunately, that is what the media, the fans, sports talks people have decided to compare him to. And granted, sure, go ahead. There are some people that argue Carson Wentz was better than Patrick Mahomes at times. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to make that argument here at all today. I mean, no one's as good as Patrick Mahomes right now. Point blank, simple as that. So let's stop comparing him to that. I mean, if you go through the starting quarterbacks in this league, who's better than Carson Wentz? I'll go ahead and do that right now. Patrick Mahomes, absolutely. Russell Wilson, without a doubt. Not even an argument there. MVP, Aaron Rodgers, not an argument there. Tom Brady, he won the Super Bowl at 43. I don't think there's an argument you can make right there. Lamar Jackson, I definitely think he's better than Carson Wentz, and he's proven that. Deshaun Watson, not an argument there. He's the best quarterback in that division with the Colts right now if he stays, without a doubt. There isn't an argument there. He's better than Carson Wentz. Let me think. I know I'm missing a quarterback here or there. Those are the 6 obvious right there. You can make the argument. Josh Allen, sure, he's better than him right now. In a year's time, we may have a different argument to make there. That Josh Allen is not better than Carson Wentz. But I think Josh Allen is a little bit better than Carson Wentz, and he has shown that, without a doubt. But Carson Wentz is better than Matt Ryan. He's better than Dak Prescott. He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. There's not an argument there. Better than Kirk Cousins. Better than Derek Carr. He's better than Justin Herbert right now. He's better than Trevor Lawrence right now because Trevor Lawrence hasn't played a snap. The argument here is you have to set a reasonable standard. He's not Patrick Mahomes. And I get where you can have the criticism because he's a starting quarterback in this league. But can we have the same criticism for other quarterbacks who are starting quarterbacks in this league? I mean, I don't see tens of thousands of articles about Daniel Jones. I don't see tens of thousands of articles about Drew Lock just absolutely getting berated and destroyed. Oh, why? Because his team was terrible? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into that. His team was terrible. Yeah. Okay, we're going to play a little game here. This is my number 2 reason here. Is look at the talent around him. And the talent he had in Philadelphia. Specifically 2 years ago when he led that team to a home playoff game and won a division that he was not supposed to win. I mean, look at the talent he had around him. So you got the 4 guys right here. Right, number 13, 35, 19, and 84. We're going to play a little game called Can You Name the names of these crucial receivers for Carson Wentz? I mean, that's statistically proven. These receivers and the second guy, running back, were, big time supporting cast for Carson Wentz in the previous 2 years. So, I mean, who do you think this guy on the left is? Number 13 for the Eagles. Probably can't name it off the top of your head. I'll tell you who it is. He had a great game against the Giants in Philly earlier this year. His name, Travis Fulgham. Travis Fulgham. You know what college Travis Fulgham went to? Old Dominion. Go ahead and tell me where the fuck Old Dominion is. You probably guessed somewhere in the Northeast. I probably would too. How about this? The running back right here. Anyone know his name? Name. Number 35. It's probably Kevin Durant. No. His name, Boston Scott. Boston Scott. I mean, that's Zeke Elliott right there. That's your your Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's your Leonard Fournette right there. That's your Chris Carson right there. That's your Aaron Jones right there. That's a high-quality running back right there. It's Boston Scott. You know how tall Boston Scott is? He's my height. He's 5'8". 5'8". Playing running back. And there's a play we'll see later on in this PowerPoint right here that I put together, where he makes a catch in that Giants game I was talking about with the Travis Fulgham. Boston Scott, 5'8". I mean, this is your Alvin Kamara right here, right? Yeah. No, really talented right there at the running back position. Carson Wentz has got a lot of weapons to work with. He has no excuses. He should win the division. Well, he did. He won the division. How about this? Who's this guy right here? Number 19. If you were thinking J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, you might be an Eagles fan. And I'm sorry, but it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. A guy out of Stanford. You couldn't even have made this name up, even if you tried to. No, this is your Devontae Adams right here. Okay, maybe not a number 1 receiver. Sure, make that argument. Make that argument all you want. This is your Emmanuel Sanders on the Saints last year. Yeah, this is your Tyler Lockett. He was his number 2 guy right here. Behind this guy on the far right, who we're about to name, a former quarterback, Greg Ward Jr. This guy played quarterback in college at the University of Houston. So it's not like he was a talented quarterback. He's a talented athlete, no doubt. But he was Carson Wentz's number 1 guy 2 years ago and last year. Greg Ward, a former quarterback, is your number 1 receiver. So let's stop saying, oh, Carson Wentz has got the talent around him. He's got no excuses. He should be playing like he was 3 years ago. He does. I mean, I think the average person, the average NFL watcher, might have named one of the 4 guys on this list, and that'd be Greg Ward Jr. I mean, because he was the number 1 guy. That was the name you would know. But you couldn't name the rest of these guys. And, well, your argument would be, JP, what about Zach Ertz? Zach Ertz was hurt a lot. A lot. I mean, he didn't have him. In the Cowboys game in Philly, where he was, Wentz is trying to clinch the division, Zach Ertz goes up for a ball and gets drilled in the ribs and doesn't play the rest of the game. Carson Wentz still pulls off that win and wins the division. A division he wasn't supposed to win. Because it's got Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. That's a good team. They should win that division. They have no excuses themselves. So why does Carson Wentz get berated? Number 3. And this is a huge argument that people like to make about Carson Wentz. You ask the average Carson Wentz hater, name one bad thing about Carson Wentz. Why is he so bad? Why do you hate him? Why should he not have a job in this league? Oh, he's injury prone. Carson Wentz has gone through 2 injuries, and we're about to watch 2 videos right here. And then you tell me after watching these 2 videos right here, would anyone in the world have come out healthy after these 2 hits right here? These are the only 2 injuries in Carson Wentz's career that have sidelined him and kept him out of games. So let's go and watch the 2. This one is in Carson Wentz's 2nd season in the league. Let's see if we can get through this ad real quick. This is Carson Wentz's 2nd season in the league. He is in LA, so he's playing against Jared Goff, the guy who was picked above him at number 1. Eagles are 10-2, you'll notice right here, all because of Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz trying to get the lead for his team and keep his team at 11-2 in a big game against a good Rams team this year. This play occurs, and you tell me if anyone in this world comes out healthy and doesn't come out of this play with a torn ACL. Carson Wentz doesn't find anyone open. He dives into the end zone and takes a shot. He scores. He looks okay in the moment. He gets up. He walks it off. A little bit of limping. Because his ACL has lost all function. He's got adrenaline right now, so it looks like he's fine. He's walking back to the huddle. There was a holding call. Let's go and watch this again. Looks left. No one open. Rolls right. Dives to get in the end zone. Lane Johnson has a holding call. Takes a double shot right to the legs. And I believe there's an aerial view at some point. I need to see this. This is what we're looking for. Here's the view we're looking for. So he's diving in, and yeah, literally it's a literal knee breaker. Tell me anyone in the world who comes out of here not being hurt. Boom and boom. Both to that knee. And you're going to tell me, oh, he's injury prone. He hadn't been hurt to that point. And he goes through a literal knee breaker. And you want to make the claim that, he's injury prone. He's injury prone. How about this one? This is in the playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks 2 years ago when he won the division when he wasn't supposed to. And you want to make the claim, the Eagles lost this game because of Carson Wentz. Look at the clock. It's 9:39 in the first quarter. This is his 2nd series. And this happens. Bad protection from his offensive line, and Clowney literally drops a hammer on him. A literal hammer. And we won't get a sideline view or a side view of this in this video, but I mean, look at that. That's 40 pounds jumping right on top of your head. Look at this. Yeah, no shit you're going to have a concussion after this. No shit. So stop telling me he's injury prone. These are the 2 times where he's been sidelined from games. Literally gets his knee cut off, and then he takes 240 pounds to the back of the neck and the head. And you want to tell me he's injury prone. He's injury prone. He can never be a quarterback this league because he's injury prone. Your point is mute. Anyone gets hurt from this, even Patrick Mahomes. Everyone's golden savior gets hurt from this. He got hurt from a fucking QB sneak. He was hurt all playoffs with turf toe. And then he got a fucking concussion himself. Oh, but Patrick Mahomes isn't injury prone. I mean, let's set a reasonable standard here. This goes back to number 1 here. Let's set a reasonable standard. No shit. He's going to have a fucking concussion. And he's going to tear his ACL. Who wouldn't? Number 4. Carson Wentz is the single reason Nick Foles gets home field advantage in the playoffs. Which gives Nick Foles a great chance with a good... let's start with this. I don't want to discredit Nick Foles at all. Spectacular postseason. Put up okay numbers. But the Super Bowl was amazing. Great game plan by Doug Peterson. Tom Brady's defense did nothing for him. And it came down to a Hail Mary. But Super Bowl will live on forever because of the Philly special and of Nick Foles' play coming back or coming as a backup. But Carson Wentz is the single reason he got home field advantage. Carson Wentz gave Nick Foles an 11-2 start. Carson Wentz in this Los Angeles Rams game outduels Jared Goff. And then the final 3 games for Nick Foles, win, and loss against the New York Giants. Spectacular team. Great team. Just so many superstars on the Giants. They had Eli Manning at quarterback. The Oakland Raiders, who are a shit show since John Gruden got there, especially in the second part of the season. They're always good the first 7 or 8 weeks, but after that, oh my God, they're a shit show. I mean, they lost to the Falcons by, 45? I mean, I know I'm exaggerating, but come on, you can't lose to the Falcons by 45. And then the Dallas Cowboys, where Nick Foles did not even play in that game because they already locked up home field advantage for the rest of the playoffs. He's the reason Foles gets home field advantage, and that is the reason, Nick Foles gets to the Super Bowl. Because, Nick Foles had to play, in case you forgot, to get to the Super Bowl, Nick Foles had to play the Atlanta Falcons, who had just come off 28-3 the year prior, at home. So that's an easy win, yeah. No argument there. And then in the NFC Championship game, guess who the opposing quarterback is to Nick Foles? Case Keenum and the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, so no shit. Absolutely just trampedes the Minnesota Vikings, and they don't even have a chance in that game. And the only reason that happens is because the Minnesota Miracle, fuck you, Stephon Diggs, for that time. But he's the reason Nick Foles gets to a Super Bowl. And just like I said earlier, no discredit to Nick Foles. Hell of a Super Bowl will go down in history. But Carson Wentz got you there, buddy. You couldn't do it yourself. Number 5. He got paid before Dak. Do you ever wonder why? Because he was better. He was going to win MVP this year. He outdueled Jared Goff. He was going to win MVP this year. 4 touchdowns before he goes and gets hurt and tears his ACL into 45 pieces. So he got paid before Dak. And yeah, the contract looks terrible right now. Yes, he was overpaid a little bit. But when you see a kid this special and make these special plays, and you already know is going to be a top 10 quarterback in this league, not up at the top, not in the top 5, not in the top 7, but in the top 10, so like 8 or 9, you're going to pay him. Because you don't get many opportunities like this. And Dak Prescott, I hope he gets paid. I love Dak. But Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott. And he got paid before Dak because of that. So don't tell me Carson Wentz is terrible. And then make the same argument that Dak Prescott deserves to get paid. Can't do it. Number 6. Went to college at North Dakota State. And I guarantee if you didn't see this, and you didn't see that, and you didn't see the logo for North Dakota State, I don't think you could have guessed that their mascot is a bison. I mean, he was playing a Division II college football. Division II. Made the NFL. So tell me he's overrated. This should help the case for being underrated. He went to college at North Dakota State. If he was overrated, he plays at Alabama or Clemson or Georgia or Texas A&M or Ohio State or Oklahoma. No, he went to college at North Dakota State. Which, yes, is the best team in Division II football. But if he was that good, you think he doesn't go to a Division I school and a Power 5 school and a good one too? Not an Ole Miss or an Arizona, a good Power 5 school? No, he went to North Dakota State. This should help the case that he's underrated. Number 7, record in prime time. We're going to play another little game here of guess whose primetime record this is. So Carson Wentz. Any guesses on what his primetime record is? Now, primetime, for clarification, is a Thursday night football game, a Sunday night football game, or a Monday night football game, or a playoff game that's on primetime, which is at like the 8 p.m. time stamp. That's what a primetime game is here. So any guesses on Carson Wentz's primetime record? Probably type in 12 and 12, 9 and 11, 8 and 14. He's probably 6 and 11. Oh, didn't he lose that game? Oh yeah, so that means he's 4 and 9. 12 and 6. 12 and 6, which means he wins 2 games and loses 1 for every 3 games. So let's remember that ratio. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Win-loss. 2 to 1 here. Remember that ratio. That's going to be a key ratio as we get further into this. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP, was the best quarterback in the league last year in terms of stats. In terms of stats, for sure, Aaron Rodgers. And he's a top 3 quarterback in this league. Or 4. Depends on who you ask. For the Brady stance, he's 4. So let's go ahead and guess his primetime record here. He's played in, for 13, 14 seasons, so billions of primetime games. You guys probably think he's 50 and 25, or he's 43 uh and 13. Well, he played on the Packers. He had some bad years. He's 43 and 24. Man, it's 36 and 24. So no, we didn't win over 40 primetime games. 36 and 24, pretty darn solid. I don't think there's an argument to be made there. Pretty darn solid, without a doubt. But you do some simple math here, and he wins 3-2. So 3 wins to 2 losses is his ratio. Now, in case you can't do basic mathematics, 2-1 is better than 3-2. Now, I'm not making the argument Carson Wentz is better than Aaron Rodgers. Not the argument I'm making here. But if you think Aaron Rodgers' primetime record is amazing, then you have to respect Carson Wentz and his primetime record as well. Jared Goff, which should be a Detroit Lions photo, but they didn't have any cool Detroit Lions Jared Goff posters, to no surprise, obviously, because it's Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. Come on now. The guy who was picked over him, any guesses on his primetime record here? But with the Rams, got to be on a lot of primetime games, especially for in L.A. He's probably better than Carson Wentz, 14-6, 15-6, maybe 13-4. Jared Goff, but on a good Rams team, made the NFC Championship, blah 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 blah. He's 10-6. Now, granted, he hasn't played as many primetime games, so he can also be 12-6 if he won his next 2. But unfortunately, you're going to be playing for the Detroit Lions, so I don't think you're going to find any more primetime games for Jared Goff anytime soon. In case you were wondering, 10-6 is not better than 12-6. Just basic math right there. I mean, 10 is not as big as 12 here. So, come on now. Lamar Jackson, the kid everyone praises here. He's top 5 quarterback in the league, which I don't see a problem with that argument. That is an argument you can make. But people are saying he's the future of the league, which he is. So if we're going to put a lot of respect on him, we're going to have to do it for Carson Wentz because he's got the exact same ratio, 2-1. Let's put this same respect here. He's underrated, Carson Wentz is. Can't tell me he's overrated when he has the same ratio as Lamar Jackson, has a better ratio than Aaron Rodgers, and has a better ratio than the guy who was picked over him at number 1 in Jared Goff. He's got the same ratio as Lamar Jackson here. No, he doesn't have Patrick Mahomes' ratio. And yeah, that goes back to the number 1. Set a reasonable standard. No, it doesn't have Patrick Mahomes' ratio. Patrick Mahomes is lost maybe 3 primetime games? Because he's insane. But quit telling me Carson Wentz is overrated when the stats don't lie. Primetime games matter. There's a reason Kirk Cousins has 0 respect. That's because he sucks in primetime. Carson Wentz doesn't. So can we give him some respect for that? Please? Just a little? At least the same as Lamar Jackson? Since they're the same ratio? Number 8. Carson Wentz was always the best quarterback in his division. I don't think, besides Dak Prescott, there's much of an argument to make there. And yes, you can make the argument, he got benched for Jalen Hurts. Well, that was with Doug Peterson, and guess what? Doug Peterson is sitting in the same position that you and I are right now on the weekends, and that is on his couch. Yeah, so I don't think we can make too much of an argument there. So besides Dak Prescott, which I said on number 5, he got paid before Dak, so he's better than Dak. He was always the best quarterback in his division. You're not going to tell me Daniel Jones was better than him. You're definitely not going to tell me Mr. Stripper God, what a bitch. Dwayne Haskins can't keep his fucking dick in his pants. Was better than him. Can't make the argument that this guy, Mr. Shit in prime time, Kirk Cousins, was better than him. Sure can't make that Eli Manning during those years was better than Carson Wentz. Let's go ahead and name a few more. Ben DiNucci. Yeah, Ben DiNucci was not better. Alex Smith. Alex Smith barely played half the time because he was hurt. So I don't think we can make the argument that Alex Smith was better than him. So yeah, I mean, he was the best quarterback in his division. And yes, the NFC East is terrible, but you're going to tell me he's overrated when he's the best quarterback in his division? Come on now. Number 9, this feeds off number 8. He's already the best quarterback in the division. And I'll say this with this. I mean, just for this season. So everyone take a deep breath. Yes, I know Trevor Lawrence is coming to this division. Yes, as a Clemson fan, I know how good Trevor Lawrence is, without a doubt. Like I said in that mock draft video, the people making the argument Zach Wilson is better are idiots. Yes, Trevor Lawrence is a beast, but this is his rookie season. Let's all pump the brakes. Just for a few seconds. He's a rookie. He doesn't know this league. He doesn't know this division. He's just with a new coach. So you can't tell me right now Trevor Lawrence is better than Carson Wentz as an NFL quarterback. Carson Wentz has already proven that right now he's better. Trevor Lawrence can't make any proof for it because he hasn't played a single snap in the NFL. So Carson Wentz is better than Trevor Lawrence for the season right now. He's better than whoever Houston has because Deshaun Watson, according to rumors, will not be there. I sure hope he isn't. Please get some respect for my man, Deshaun Watson, right here. Please get him out. I beg. Let him go. If you're gonna let J.J. Watt go like that, let him go. So he's gonna be better than whoever they get. If it's Justin Fields or Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold or Derek Carr or whoever they get, or Teddy Bridgewater. Carson Wentz is going to be better, and he's better than Ryan Tannehill. I mean, does anyone think Ryan Tannehill is that special? He's close to Carson Wentz, and that goes back to number 1, set the reasonable standard. But he ain't better than Carson Wentz. Come on now. Can't tell me that. If you're making that argument, then we got a bigger problem here. When you have Derrick Henry, who can run over anyone, including Shaq, then I think it's pretty easy to get good numbers. And yeah, his numbers last year were very good. But when you have Derrick Henry, it's pretty easy to set up the play-action pass. And when you have an athlete like A.J. Brown and an athlete like Jonnu Smith at tight end, I mean, this goes back to number 2. Look at the talent he has around him. Boston Scott versus Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry eats Boston Scott every single day in terms of food. A.J. Brown versus Travis Fulgham. Not an argument to be made there. Corey Davis versus Greg Ward Jr. Not an argument to be made there. Jonnu Smith versus J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Do you even remember which one J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was? What number was he? Exactly. Look at the talent he had around him. So he's better than Ryan Tannehill. Not an argument to be made there. Number 10. Winding down here. This throw to win the game. The throw I referenced from number 2 with Boston Scott. Here against the New York Giants. In a big game on a Thursday night in prime time. Remember, prime time matters here. Come on now. If you're judging an NFL quarterback, prime time matters. So this is a throw in what was a game-winning drive for Carson Wentz. 46 seconds left. They're down 5. First and goal from the 18-yard line because of a holding call because of his offensive line, who sucks. Now is getting old, and Jason Peters is never healthy, and neither is Lane Johnson, and Jason Kelsey's talent has digressed, and Brandon Brooks' talent has digressed. I mean, look at this. An absolute beauty to Mr. Boston Scott. Hey, there's Travis Fulgham. To Mr. Boston Scott. Mr. 5'8". I mean, look at this graphic of Boston Scott. Wow, what a throw. I want you to watch this. That you can't. That's a perfect throw. Sees it, steps up in the pocket. On the money. Good catch by Boston Scott to win the game. Touchdown over Jabril Peppers, a very good safety. That is beautiful. I mean, that is right on the money. So quit telling me he's overrated. That's a hell of a throw that not a lot of quarterbacks in this league can make. The quarterbacks that can are the quarterbacks up at the top. Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Tom Brady probably could. Aaron Rodgers could. Russell Wilson could. After that, I don't know. Can Daniel Jones make that throw? No, I don't think he would have even seen that throw as a possibility. Can Jimmy Garoppolo make that throw? Well, it depends. Is he healthy? I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is a lot more injury prone than Carson Wentz is here. Hell of a throw right there. And then number 11. This is one that I saw online that was pretty funny to me. Take a look at your dates right here. So this is on February 6th. I know it says 2022, but this is for the next year's Super Bowl. But this is February 6th of 2021. Is when this was. This is the Las Vegas odds to win the Super Bowl. Indianapolis Colts are at 2,900. Immediately following, when Carson Wentz is traded to the Indianapolis Colts, they go up $900. So, yeah. Overrated. If it was overrated, it goes up $300. $900 is a huge swing. I mean, that is wow, that is a massive swing. I mean, that jumps a few teams right here, and that really puts you in the mix. Now I don't know why the New Orleans Saints are up so high. I mean, I don't think they're gonna have as good as a year. I don't know why the Cleveland Browns are higher. They're not gonna have as good as a year, but $900 is a significant amount. Don't make that argument, especially for bettors. $900. You would have been very happy to take this 2,900 instead of that 2,000, without a doubt. And with that, that concludes my arguments on why Carson Wentz is underrated and not overrated. Please leave in the comments what you thought. Again, keep this in mind. Number 1 right here while you're making those comments. Let's set the reasonable standard. Let's not act like I'm saying he's the GOAT. I didn't. And will not say that because it's simply not true. But he's not terrible. He doesn't not deserve a job. He's not the worst quarterback ever. He's not dog water. He's not boxed like a fish. He's a top 10 quarterback. No, he's not top 5, but he's a top 10 quarterback. Simple as that. And I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong this coming year with the Indianapolis Colts. Back with Frank Wright. Got good weapons around him. Michael Pittman, T.Y. Hilton when he comes back. Got the tight end Jack Doyle. Jonathan Taylor had the season he did. Got the offensive line that they do. Quentin Nelson. Defense is going to be good with DeForest Buckner and Darius Leonard. If they can make some key draft picks. The key thing is here the Colts held onto their draft picks, which is going to be huge to help really push them into that Super Bowl contender spot because they've got the division in locks. The Titans simply don't have a pass rush, and you can't win a lot of games with that in this league. So they can beat the Titans. The Texans are a tire fire, and the Jaguars are going to have a rookie quarterback, a rookie head coach, a lot of rookie staff, and a bunch of new pieces. They're going to be about 2 years away from being anything. So you got 2 really good years where you're guaranteed a home playoff game with this team. And then you got to get through Mahomes. And you got to get through Josh Allen's Bills and Lamar Jackson's Ravens, which are going to be tall to ask, without a doubt. But Patrick Mahomes' salary is going to be kicking in, which means less weapons. You saw what happened in the Super Bowl. Less weapons that are going to make less special plays for Mahomes, so their team will digress. Mahomes will not. Lamar Jackson, is he really all that special? We don't know. I don't know if that team has as good of a chance as the Colts do to go to the promised land. Josh Allen's Bills are going to be really good. They kept their offensive coordinator. They're going to keep improving through the draft. They're going to be a powerhouse, and they've got a guaranteed division basically as long as the Dolphins and Tua stay the way they do. Because, the Jets are not going to be good. The Patriots are not going to be good enough. The Dolphins, no. But Carson Wentz is going to win his division. I'll go ahead and guarantee that on air right here. Carson Wentz will have a home playoff game a year from now. And if he doesn't, well, then I just spent 45 minutes to an hour making a terrible point, and I spent too much time on a slideshow that was bad, and I will eat my own words and pay for it. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they will pay for it. The people that say he's overrated, which is simply not true. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And more coming soon. I'll have to think of something that I can make and put out here, but I'll think of something, and I'll get it out. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.